Rollica Show. Turn up the radio, shout. The Joe Rollica Show.
Grab me a cold, let's have a little fun. Start to dull the senses. Tequila shots help forget a lot. So damn the consequences. To reconnect, to get wrecked. Thinking bad decisions they're linking. Used to think drinking was bad for me, so I decided to give up thinking. Come on.
Howdy, y'all. I'm Joe Rollica from Our Country Radio in Dallas, Texas. We got a special guest today, Mr. Chaser Crouch. How you doing, Chaser?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Awesome, man. Thank you for being on the show.
Oh, yeah. Thanks for having me, man.
So, what I'm reading about you is you're a Texan, right? Where are you from?
Corsicana, Texas.
Yep.
About an hour south of Dallas there. Yep. Born and raised here.
Great. And you have an interesting childhood. You were a rodeo star, right?
A little bit. I wouldn't so much say rodeo star, but I've definitely had my fair share of time on the back of a horse.
Well, I'm going to add a little more to that. It tells me here that you were a Hall of Fame competitive cutting horse rider, two-time national high school rodeo champion. That's a little bit more,
Yes, sir.
right?
Yeah. My dad trains cutting horses, so I grew up in the middle of it. Pretty much everybody in my family's been a part of rodeo or uh, something to do with it at some point in time. And I kind of grew up in it and started showing when I was little, and finally in high school career, I decided I wanted to actually go for it. And I went to high school national finals up in Gillette, Wyoming, and Rock Springs, Wyoming. Went up there 4 years. So all of my high school career, I made it. Out of those 4 years, I won it twice. And then in the process of all that, I was also showing it in the National Youth Cutting Horse Association. Um, and I won the World Finals there once, and been inducted to the NYCHA Youth Hall of Fame. So I've done quite a bit. I've got a pretty good record when it comes to showing, competing in the cutting horse industry. And I just decided that after all that, I was just kind of wanted to do something a little different, and picked up music along the way, and here we are.
So that started what age?
So I started learning guitar when I was, shoot, I was probably 6 or 7 years old when I first picked it up and started messing with it. And I put it down for a while. I did a couple like little talent shows and stuff, nothing crazy. And I put it down forever. And then when I was about 15, 16 years old, I picked it back up again. Started playing at the horse shows, sitting around the stalls, hanging out with buddies and stuff. We'd be sitting there, uh, and I just have the guitar out and just be picking around, singing a little bit, and it just kind of snowballed. And then finally, when I was about 19, 20, or 18, 19, I started getting more serious about it and started actually going to bars and doing open mic nights and stuff and playing everywhere I could.
Well, that's cool. So how is it transitioning from rodeo with how that is demanding to the demands of being a country music artist?
It's really not all that different, and I'd almost argue that it's a little bit easier because now we were already going every weekend. We were on the road all the time driving, and but with the horses and stuff, you had a horse trailer full of horses that you had to take care of, and like you only drive so long before you had to stop and water them, and uh, you had another something else to take care of, an animal to take care of with you at all times. With the music, I just kind of jump in the truck as long as I got fuel and all my equipment, I'm good to go. And which now with the band and everything, that can be a little bit of a pain sometimes wrangling them up. It's kind of like herding cats, I like to say. But no, it definitely transitioned with the rodeo and everything. It was we were gone just as much and traveling, so it's definitely the easy part is transferring over was the traveling because I'm gone all the time with music, driving all over the place, and it doesn't bother me because I grew up on the road. Um, but yeah, it's definitely it wasn't a bad transition, but there was a little bit of a transition there, not much.
Well, hey, let's take a look at your website. And your website's going to tell us a little bit more about you. So let's see here. It says 10 is when you picked up the guitar. It talks about the horse shows, singing in church. So you're a religious guy too, right?
Yes, sir. Yep. My grandfather actually, him and some friends got together and started up a cowboy church here in Corsicana, and it's been going. I remember the first service was right down the road at the volunteer fire department, and I was the little kid handing out donuts to everybody.
Well, that's cool.
It's
Well,
grown to I think we got 600 something people every Sunday there.
and so it says after you graduated high school, you had your first single. So let's get into that. The first single that you had was this one, Hell of a Night, right?
Yes, sir.
And so being a young artist, Hell of a Night, seems like the title says you're a little bit rebellious there, huh?
Oh yeah, yeah. It was funny with that song when we were writing that one. It just kind of happened. I was hanging out at Navarro College. A bunch of my buddies were in the drum group program out there, right here in my hometown. And I go hang out with them while I was in high school. I did college there. And we were sitting there one night, and it was trying to write a song, and started a little beat there, put some lyrics down, and we ended up writing that song.
Well, that's a good start, right? Because it sounds great.
Yeah. And I was like, we just need to talk about like all the stuff that we do around here. I mean, we jump in the truck and we'll haul ass down the back roads and go all over the place. And sometimes we have a little too much fun, but hey, it's always a hell of a night.
That's right. So that's about 2021 from what I see here, right?
Yes, sir. Yep.
Well,
And that
and
song was
then
written. That song was written. I think I wrote that one around 2019 stuff, and I really didn't want to release that song at all. At first, something about it, I wasn't sure if I wanted to release it. I didn't know if I really liked this song. And everybody's like, "No, you need to release it. Like, at least for your first song, like, that needs to be released." And now it's I love the song. Like, we still play it every day.
yeah, it's a great start. So after that one, you had your first charting single, which would be this one, FM Station.
Yes, sir.
Really bigger, cleaner sound.
Yes, sir. Yeah, that one.
Sitting
I'm pretty proud of this
thinking
song here
about
too.
you, wondering where
The
you've
writing
been,
process of
what
that.
you're
Heck,
going through.
I had a
Are you
girlfriend and we had broken up,
there in the
and
Lone Star State,
it seemed like
dancing
everything
like
was.
the
Every time I turned the radio on or whatever,
Are
it
you
was, there was a song that we'd
over
listen to
there at the
together, something that always
Cadillac
reminded me of her.
singing
And,
your heart out like
we
a
just kinda rolled
country
with that
star. Are you
at that
up
station
there at Ocean?
And you got the whole look. The old vehicle there. Where'd you get that?
So that was actually that was my grandparents. It was a pink Cadillac. I think it was a 56 Caddy. It was pink, just like Elvis's Cadillac. It's pretty cool car. The active surface.
Yeah, that's a bummer. Well, it's another good song. I mean, your sound already seems formed at this point.
Yes, sir, for the most part.
Well, let's move on. You got a song out of town called Houston.
Oh,
Houston,
yeah.
we got a problem. Where are you standing right there on the cover of the CD?
That one, I don't remember exactly where we were. We're one of the rivers running through there, but and this is actually the first song that I picked up that I released was that I picked up from somebody. So I didn't actually write this song. I wish I would have because I love the song. But that song got sent to me in a song catalog. I heard it. I was like, and this bit, I need it. And it was, kind of history from there.
Yeah, that was one of the first ones we ever had from you on the station for our country.
Yes, sir.
And yeah, it sounded great. Fit in with everything.
Thank you.
So how would you describe your sound? How do you keep this country music pure and still stay within a Texas red dirt country sound?
People ask me that all the time, like, Woody, how do you describe yourself? And I've always liked to say it's like my big influences and stuff, especially in Texas, would be like George Strait, Cody Johnson, and then you got like Co Wetzel and Parker McCollum, and then you got all the red dirt side of things and a little bit of outlaw. And I really like to try to explain myself as a little bit of a mixture between the traditional kind of country side of things with the George Strait. Then you got the little bit of like a little bit rowdier traditional country with the kind of the more Cody Johnson style stuff. And then I feel like Co Wetzel plays a big part of the little bit of that style of music too. Like I really feel like I'm kind of a mixture between them three, at least, and that's what I've kind of what my goals kind of been, or at least to what it's always try to make my music kind of sound similar to that, and I feel like I've done pretty good at that. I feel like it hits pretty well with that.
So let's not leave out your band. Is it the original guys from the beginning?
I've got my guitar player and my drummer are my original guys from the beginning when we started back in like 2023, 2024, something like that. Uh, my bass player, he's been with us for about a year now. He's the newest member. Actually, not even a year. He's only been with us like 5, 6 months maybe. Um, and then our other guitarist is actually my drummer's cousin, and we picked him up about a year ago, maybe a little bit longer ago than that. Um, no, it was about a year ago we picked him up, and he's actually a metal guy. He plays a bunch of metal, and that he was in a metal band.
Kevin
And
Fowler.
Yeah, the way anyways, my drummer, he was moving down, and my drummer told him, was like, hey, you at least show up to a practice and hang out, see what you think about it. It's like, if you don't want to be in the band, you don't got to be in the band. But we needed a guitar player at the time, and he showed up, and heck, he's stuck with us ever since. And as far as I know, he enjoys it, and he's a really good guitar player. Same with my other guitar player. Me and him, we go way back. We went to school together we went to school together since elementary. Played baseball together. Never really hung out, knew each other super well. Never really hung out till after high school. It was around college that we got introduced to, and he was actually trying to start a band himself, and they were looking for a lead singer. And a mutual friend of ours called me and said, "Hey, so and so's looking to start a band. They need a singer. You got to go up there and see what happens." So I drove up to Fort Worth one night and hung out, and we got to playing. That band didn't work out very well. Those guys weren't really all about it. But I looked at him and I was like, "Hey, as soon as I get a band together, like you're the first person I call as soon as I need a guitarist or bass player or whatever." And yep, as soon as I got my guy, like he was my first phone call. It's like, "Hey, it's time. I need you," and he's been with me ever since.
Well, that's great. Well, hey, let's take a little chance to have some fun with you. You're a Texas artist, traveling all over the state. You get to see all these different towns and cities. So here's your challenge.
All right.
It's this or that. So I want you to be able to pronounce the names of both of them on the line, and we'll see how you do. So first line there. What you got?
Waxahachie or Pflugerville?
Yep, that's right. Because some people might say Waxahachie because of the X.
Yeah, Waxahachie. Yeah, I say it differently sometimes, honestly.
And some people
Really.
see that P in it, throws them off with the Pafluger. What, you know?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
All right, this one should be easy for you. The next line.
Green or born?
We got you. So, Greens, you got that one.
Born?
But the other
Yeah.
one is said Bernie.
Bernie. Oh,
Yep,
okay.
so-
yeah.
See, I'm saving
I
you.
was trying to think. I was like, what place? I'm like thinking on the map right now. Like, what place is that?
So, this ain't meant to embarrass you. This is just to
Yep.
help you out when you're on tour. When you're in Bernie, you'd be like, hey, Bernie.
Yeah, yeah.
All right.
And Mahia, I call it Mahia. People say Mexia. I say Mahia.
That's correct.
And Bexer? I don't know. I never heard of that one.
It's actually pronounced bear. The X is silent. So
Okay.
there
Yeah,
you go.
Bear.
So
there we go.
Next time you're in not Bexer, we're going to Bear. Gonna go see Chaser Crouch.
And then
All
we
right.
got old Nacogdoches.
There you go. You got that one. And the last one.
And
Let's try.
Nona? I'm wanting to say I'm wanting to say there's a trick there or something that the C is gonna be silent for some weird reason.
Try one more time.
Nakona?
Nakona. Yes. Because some
Nakona.
people
Okay.
might say no Kona, but it's Nakona.
Okay.
So
Nakona. Yeah.
You did great.
I was gonna say that first, and then I was like, no, maybe there's a trick here somewhere.
no tricks. We're just getting you on being a Texan, teaching people on the show how to say these things and showing everybody how dynamic things are.
Oh yeah.
All right. Well, hey, let's move on to another song here, which I got you up to, it looks like 2024 with this one. A little bit more rocking.
That was. Yeah, that one we
Stay away.
we wanted to pick it up a little bit, and just try to find a more rowdy kind of bar song stuff to play. That was one that actually got sent to me in a song catalog.
Stay away from guitar
We just wanted like a little bar song.
Don't
Just something
smoke and
to have
don't
fun
drink
with playing the
liquor.
bars.
Cowboys
something
are
a
too
little bit
hard to
rowdier.
figure.
I think it worked pretty good. People really like this song.
Yeah, that one rocks. And,
Yes, sir.
it's got attitude.
Yeah, it
This-
does for sure.
This next one's one of my favorites. It's a change in sound a little bit for you.
Yeah.
And it's called Just a Dream Away.
Yes, sir. Yeah, this one was it was actually another one that I had picked up in the song catalog. I believe it was in the same catalog that Stay Away was in. And this song, it's just it's always reminded me of the Brooks and Dunn's like Only in America. That song, I don't know why I've always just kind of like this song's always kind of made me feel kind of like that song. But yeah, I love this one. It was it's just a fun tune, and it's like kind of just uplifting. It's like, hey, go chase your dreams. Let's do this. We're chasing our dreams now. And, my favorite line of the song is at the very end. It's, in the bridge. It goes, I knew a boy who had a cheap guitar, or bought a cheap guitar, played for tips and beers in the bar. Sang from his harp shop where he started. Kind of looks like me. Like every time I sit down on stage, it's like, a little bit like almost a little teary eyed and get a little chill. And like, damn, goosebumps.
Oh, I'm telling you, being a rock star is hard, right?
Oh, it's a lot of fun though.
Sure is. So let's take you up to 2025. We're coming close to where we're at today. And got a song called Talk to Me, Texas.
Yeah, dude, man, this song, it was. I wasn't sure if I wanted to do this song
down
or not.
here in Georgia.
I was actually down south.
The oldest
at a radio
friend I've
show,
got I
and
met today.
The DJ told me, he said,
The
hey, like, you
woman
need to,
that I
he's
love
like, you ought to
just
do
up
a
and
Keith
left
Whitley
me.
tune. I was like, okay.
And the
like,
place I
never really
love's
thought about it.
1,000
And
miles
covering
away.
Keith Whitley to me is kind of scary. 'Cause it's like, you either got to do it
Operator,
good or
me up to
I
Houston.
feel like not do it at all. Kind of like George Strait. Like,
Give me
don't cover George Strait
anybody
unless you can
on
do
the
it.
phone.
Unless unless it's good.
Yeah.
Look there in your book and
So
check
I got to looking
number.
at some Keith Whitley songs, and I was thinking
You
that's all
can't
your,
be choosy when
the stuff
you're
that everybody
this
knows,
alone.
and I didn't really want to.
Won't you
Everybody
talk
in
to
mind
me,
recorded
Texas?
Their
Let
own
me
version of
hear
Keith
that
Whitley,
drawl.
you know, of the main
Spend
songs
my
that
last
everybody knows.
$5 on this one
But
long
not a lot
distance
of people know
call.
Talk to Me,
Won't
Texas.
you
So,
talk
I
to
heard
me,
that one, and I was like,
Texas?
yeah.
I got these
thought of it,
homesick blues. Tell
Not many
me I
people know
can
this
come
song.
on
Like it,
home
you know,
to you.
people don't even realize most times that Keith Whitley did this song. When I play it, they ask me like, "Oh yeah, did you write that?"
Got this
Oh,
faded number
That's
in
Keith
my
Whitley too,
wallet.
and so it's pretty cool to be able to
Been
bring
in
one of
here
his
a
songs back.
dozen years, I know.
Nobody heard too much, and
I used to
kinda
call it
refresh
up
it a little
when
bit.
I was lonely.
Yeah, it sounds great. The
Lord,
instruments
that woman
sound
sure
awesome in
could
back,
love me
and
so.
your voice is perfect for this.
I know
appreciate
by
it.
now she's probably
All right, well, I'm going to bring you up to this
changing
song, When Cowboys Die. This one's a real emotional one, right? Is there some meaning behind this?
definitely. There is a lot of meaning behind this song.
So you know what? I'm going to give you a chance here to tell us about it, because you made a video about it, right? And
I did.
I expanded it out, and we got it here. So here we go. The Chaser's sitting in a truck looking at a picture. Where'd you get the truck?
So that truck is a 1984 F-250. That was my great-grandfather's truck. That was given to my grandfather, and my grandfather gave it to me. And that was a picture of my grandfather and I at high school national finals up in Wyoming. One of the years I was up there.
That's cool.
This video, it gets me like every time. I'm like, oh, I'm tearing up right now. It still gets me to this day.
And a dog? Is that
The
yours?
dog, it is my dog. I sadly don't have him anymore. He was a stray that showed up, and I wasn't really looking for a dog. And my dog had passed away, and then shortly after, that dog had showed up and kind of clung to me. And you know, he hung out around the house for like a year or two, and then one day I got home from a show and he was gone again, which he would always wander off, and he'd be gone for like a week or so, and then he'd come back. But I looked for him, never found him. But that was old Scooby was his name.
Get old Scooby. And you own a horse, too?
Oh yeah, that's actually my father's horse there. It's old Joe. He's kind of the all-around horse. He's not a cutting horse. He's just a helping horse. We rope off of him a little bit and just kind of do all the above, work cattle with him.
So where are you riding around here in the truck? Is this your land?
This is my place right here. That's actually my grandfather's place, where I live at now. Yep, right there in that video, just down there in the back, there's a pond, and that's where I spent a lot of my time fishing and hunting out there in that pasture with my grandfather.
Yeah, I can imagine this brings back a lot of memories for you, huh?
Yeah, my grandfather. So when I picked this song up, it was kind of a wild thing with it. The songwriter who had wrote this song he was sitting in his office one morning and heard my voice on the radio, and he said as soon as he heard my voice on the radio that he knew that he wanted me on this song. And I'm bad at checking emails, and I just so happened to check my emails this night that he had sent the emails to me, and just so happened to click on his email and kind of listen through some of the songs, and I heard this one. And the very first line of the song, there's a night wind that just blew in from out of nowhere, cold as November, but it's the second week of June. Like that first little part of that verse hit really hard, because as a rancher, farmer, cowboy, etc., it's like night wind blew in out of nowhere, cold as November, second week of, cold as November. It's like, you feel something, sense something's wrong, whatever. And like my grandfather, we buried him the second week of June was his funeral. Was when he buried him.
That's tough.
Yeah. So when yeah, man. So I heard that line of second week of June and all that, and I was like, immediately, I was like, I need this song. I actually had it in the catalog for about 2 years before we actually recorded it and got done because I was just waiting for the right moment to do it. But I wish my grandfather would have been around to hear that song. And it, like I said, anytime I talk about it, like he was my best friend. He was, I mean, I I grew up in the truck riding around with him, feeding cattle. We used to work 150 head of mama cows, or run about 150 head just for fun. It was something he did on the side. He was a big rodeo guy back in the day. Trained bulldogging horses, a big bulldogger, and he bulldogged with some of the greatest. A lot of them that are now uh, NFR champions, and
Yeah.
like it's so like he that song defines like sums him up 100%. I mean, he was as cowboy as could be, and he taught me for just about everything I knew when it come to cattle and horses and all of that. So yeah, that song definitely means a lot to me
Well,
for
that's
sure.
great. I'm glad that you put it in the video and you got something solid there and a song too.
Yep. And one day I think I'd like to just revisit it and do another video, something a little bit more professional, and try to take that maybe get an award with a music video from that song or something. I don't know.
Yeah, that'd
Eventually,
be
I want to
cool.
go back. I want to revisit it again
Well, you
for sure.
definitely, it's a touching, emotional song. It gets to people. And, I'm doing everything I can to not cry here too. So,
Yeah, I'm not one to tear up and
uh,
stuff like this,
I'd
but
hand you
I get
here.
talking about my grandfather and
Here you
I'm
go.
like,
There's a Kleenex.
yeah, yeah. I get talking about my grandfather and I can't help it.
I hear you. Well, let's
The
change up.
coolest thing about the coolest thing about that song. So I went to Vegas for my first time last year to play music and stuff. And my grandfather used to go to Vegas all the time and help out and just hang out. It was really cool to go up there and play the Cinch stage in Vegas and be able to play that song. Uh,
Yeah,
you know, I mean, we're at the you know biggest cowboy event of the year, and I get to play the song when Cowboys die in front of everybody, and at a place that my grandfather used to go to and hang out and love to be.
that's cool. Well, let's give everybody your information. We got chasercrouchmusic.com. We got
Yes,
Facebook.
sir.
So you got those all online. It's Chaser Crouch Music, Facebook,
Yep.
Instagram, and then TikTok throws that at symbol in
TikTok,
there.
it's all
It's all
sweet and
uniform.
simple. Just Chaser Crouch music, and you type that in anywhere, and you're gonna find something.
That's right. So let's look. Where are you going to be? Let's see. We got some dates coming up, and
Yeah.
one of them I'm really interested when we get to it here. So, first one we see, we got you're going to Houston.
Yeah, we're gonna be Friday night. We're gonna be down in Houston at the Cattleman's Country Club down there. We're doing that one Friday night. We'll be there. It'll be a fun show.
And then let's see, you're going Jacksboro, and then we're moving
Yep.
into September. We got some more dates, but the one that I'm really interested in is the Louisville Western Days.
Yes, sir. Yep. We're gonna be opening for Wilder Blue and Eli Young Band
Yeah,
down
that's a
there.
big bill.
Oh yeah, we're excited for that one for sure.
Yeah, I'm going to try to make it out there. Hopefully, I can come
Yeah.
see you.
Come on, come on.
Sounds good. Well, the big thing is you have a whole new CD out, right? Called Daybreak Heartbreak, right?
Yep, that's first album to release and everything. Title track on the album, Daybreak Heartbreak. That's one of my favorite songs there. That one I wrote
I
that
was
song. That's
young
all
and
mine.
dumb, running
And
on 5
I'm very
speeds.
proud
You were
of it.
an
I think it's
angel
one of the better
sitting
written
in my
songs that
right seat.
I've got.
Take that
So you have
midnight back road
9 tracks on
rolling
this,
at
right?
Godspeed.
Yes, sir. And there's 9 tracks on this album. And a lot
I
of
pick
them, it's a
you
mixture
up in the middle
of
of the night.
it's a
We
mixture
run out
of
till the morning
original
light.
stuff that I've
And
written
what I
and
give for
some stuff that
one
I've
more
picked up.
time to see the
But
sunrise in her
I
eyes.
think I've got
So
I
come
got 3 or
on,
4
baby,
songs on
take a
there that
ride with me. Let's reminisce how it used
one
to
of the
be.
songs on
In
there
the
that
cab of my truck, no place to
that I
go.
redid.
Our song
It's
playing on the radio. When the
my uncle
sun
actually wrote
hits
this
the
song.
sky, it won't be long.
His name's Amos Stagg.
It's just another day.
Oh, good name.
Heartbreak
Yeah,
mistake
that was his stage
coming
name.
on.
Oh, Amos Stagg. He wrote
I
he had a
remember
song
us
that he
in the
wrote
bed
for,
of my truck, just staring at
remember
the
who it was that he
stars.
wrote it for. But
While
anyways,
your
I picked it
mama
up
was blowing up the phone, just wondering where you
and
are.
it's done pretty good.
Well, then we go
And the
separate
one that we
ways,
have out
and
right
that
now,
was-
Giving Up Thinking.
Giving Up Thinking.
This is a song that's playing on our country right now. Everybody go request it and help Chaser run up those charts.
Yeah, I greatly appreciate
Said I
that for
could
sure. Yeah,
be
this song,
better if I
this is
applied
another one that I
myself
picked up in a catalog,
Want
and
a man to provide for
yeah, it's
her,
a fun
but
song.
I think
I mean,
she
it's just
was one to control.
hey, talk
Said
about a
she
breakup and
needed
stuff,
more
and
from me
she wanted more
after
out of the
giving all I've
relationship,
got.
and she
I've
left.
got
It's
a
like, well,
little
I'm gonna
different
stop
plan
thinking.
for
I'm
me,
gonna start
so
drinking.
this is what I
So I'm always interested about CD covers because I grew up at a time with albums. You know, you looked at the album and all pictures.
Yes, sir.
So what bar are you at there?
That is
consequences.
that is down College Station at the Kicking.
Used to think drinking was bad for me, so I decided to
I think
give
it's what's
up
called Dixie
thinking.
Chicken or something like that.
So that's cool. Give them a shout out.
Goodness.
Stick
That's,
doing what I do best.
pretty sure that's what it's
Problems
called,
will disappear.
Well, we're going to have to look it up after we get done.
So I had to look it up
But
now.
I'm
I'm drawing a blank on it. It's one of the bars in College
Never
Station.
made your
Looks like a good place.
expectations.
I'm an
I've got my
Aggie
own
person. I
philosophy.
didn't go to A&M,
You
but
do you and found someone
I got
new.
family
I think I'll
that
just
I
be
like it.
me.
A&M folks.
Yeah, you get to claim it.
Let's have a little fun.
Well, this is an awesome song, and I think it's going to do really good for you. It's got all the elements from the past wrapped up in one right here. It's got that honky tonk feel. It's got the good sound and that upbeat thing that you like.
Oh yeah.
You know,
I think it's gonna be a pretty good song for me. We're excited for it for sure.
well, that's cool. Well, Chaser, I really appreciate being on the show. I think that you have a bright future and you just keep going. One of the things I like to tell people is tell me some of the big names you've been with, different bills.
I think probably the biggest name we've been with so far is a couple weekends ago we opened up for Mike Ryan.
Yeah,
That was
awesome singer.
that was a really cool show. And back in the beginning, before I was really when I was just first starting up with music, I did a show. I opened up for uh, Rich O'Toole and Brandon Ryder. Did a
Yep.
show with them at the Cowboy Club in Mahia, Texas, back in 2019, I believe. It was like right before. It was like 2 months before COVID kicked off. So like that, COVID really kind of messed up my career a little bit because when that hit, I just everything it messed with everybody. I mean everything kind of went to a halt, and kind of had to restart. I was starting to get a little bit of momentum built up, and then COVID hit and knocked it all down. So I kind of had to restart after COVID. But so I opened up for Brandon Ryder, Rich O'Toole, done some stuff with Jamie Richards.
I saw
really
Rodney Foster.
Rodney Foster, yep, I opened for him. I can't think of the Red Rooster Ice House over in Lindale, Texas. Opened for him, and there's been a couple other artists that I've shared the stage with. And I've had some of my good buddies and stuff. Like Dallas Pryor with the Lazy Wayne Band. Like we've done a lot of stuff or some stuff together. Uh, Just the other day, I was up in Nebraska with Bailey Ray. We did a show together, and that's like the shows that I like opening for big people. But I think sometimes I enjoy the shows more. That's like that you get to do with like your friends and stuff. That you've been around, that you've been in the industry with for a while, and like when you get to meet up and play a show together, it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, because you create contacts, you create networking, and these people are the ones coming up with you, and you find
Yeah.
out who makes it and who doesn't. But
hmm
I think you're going to be the ones on the top.
I hope so. I hope so. I sure do.
Well, hey, I'm going to tell everybody again, go to Louisville Western Days and see Chaser Crouch. You're not going to be disappointed. And go to chasercrouchmusic.com and check them out more after this interview. So,
Yeah.
thank you very much, Chaser, for this interview. I really appreciate it. And
Oh yeah. Thank you. Yeah.
all
been
the
a good
fans
time.
out there, check out Chaser Crouch and keep kicking the country style, y'all. I'm Joe Rollica. He's Chaser Crouch. Take care, everybody.
We'll see you next time.
Hey, hey! Sound the alarm, lock down the place. Feel the vibration in your face. It's the Joe Rollica